just like you said, and just being very sincere enough with him and with yourself that you want to overcome this. But some people also recommend stuff like masturbation therapy, right? And you mentioned when you were going through this, you went through therapy at a point. So on a scale of 1 to 100, how effective is therapy for masturbation? Does it really take away that guilt? Because someone listening now might want to debate the fact that there are therapies out there, so you can actually go for therapy, and that's the trending thing, which is not bad most times. But the issue is, how effective is this therapy on a scale of 1 to 100?
You know what therapy does? It makes you with your own will and power tries to overcome these things, right? And like I said before, I had tried therapy. That's before I got saved, and it did not work for me. It did not work. So I don't know. I don't have any other solution than Christ. But then therapy, if on a scale of 1 to 10, for me, it was a 0, because it did not do anything. Like, okay, they say, okay, count each day and make it count that, okay, you've been free, you have a badge that you've been free for so amount, and you reward yourself and stuff like that. Like, it was just a cycle for me to trip up and fall back into it, because when I had been free for like probably 1 week, and then I want to reward myself, I reward myself by doing the very thing I'm trying to keep myself from. So that was like the whole cycle back to it. Do you understand? Like, it's I don't know, man. I really do not know. Like, in Christ, like how when you go to a hospital, they check your vital signs, right? The same thing in Christ. There are some vital signs that you need to check that will make sure you are walking in the Spirit, because the promise is in Galatians 5, it says, therefore this I say, walk in the Spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. It's a promise. You will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So there are vital signs I need to take to make sure I am walking in the Spirit. So much so that if I walk in the flesh, if I fall and masturbate, I can trace it back to a moment when I was not walking in the Spirit.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So the vital signs are a very good devotional structure. One other thing that I've noticed is being able to talk about the temptation, talk to someone about the problem. Like, it's already half overcome once you talk to someone about it, because these things thrive in secrecy. You get? And they thrive in secrecy so much. So, but one thing that happened to me was when I got saved, I realized that the Lord was with me, trying to get me when I wasn't saved. Now that I'm saved, He actually lives in me. There are times when I thought I was alone, but in all those times, I saw that the Lord was with me. Even when I was doing all the masturbation, all the porn, and all of that, He was with me, trying to get me to become His. Now that I'm His and He lives within me, that kills the thought that I'm alone. I'm never alone. That secrecy thing is dead, because I am never alone. Do you understand? So once you feel like you want to do these things, you become so secretive. You go and find a corner or in your room, shut the blinds, lock the door, go under the blanket, so you feel like you're alone. But once you become a believer, that's why I said it's paramount to understand where Christ is. Christ is in us. That's the end game of the entire Bible. A journey of God into the heart of man. That's the entire Bible. That's the entire gospel. God coming to reside in us. So now that He's in us, you are never alone. So it's killed that secrecy thing for me. Like, there is no time that I can go and be by myself and do these things. And that helps also with other sin, because now I will not say that I am faithful to my wife. No, I am faithful to Christ, and my wife benefits from my faithfulness to Christ, because my wife will not always be with me. She will not, like, I go on business trips. The nature of my job makes me travel on business trips and stuff. But my wife will not always be with me in those business trips. Who will be with me all the time? Christ. If I'm faithful to Him, automatically I'll be faithful to my wife, because she will benefit from my faithfulness to Christ. Do you understand? So that just helps me see that, okay, there is no time that I can be alone, because people cheat because they feel like, oh, maybe their wives won't find out. They can be secretive about it. Nobody will know. Nah, God knows. God lives in me. He's with me all the time. So I cannot just go on and cheat, because I will be doing the worst thing to the person I love the most, who is Christ. Secondly, when after first Christ, then my wife, I'll be doing the worst thing to my wife. And it will even pass Christ to go to my wife. Do you understand? So I'm faithful to Christ. My wife will benefit from my faithfulness to Christ. So it helps to understand where God is, which is in